Greetings to everyone. I'm sure you would like to know what is energy healing. I'm sure you are very curious about it. There is this healing energy in this universe. Once we have our 6 chakras opened, through our hand, we can conduct this universal energy to help ourselves and help others to improve health or to maintain our health. Everybody can learn. It's very easy. It's very convenient. This is not supernatural power. I'm going to tell you some of my experiences. My brother in 1993 had acute leukemia. In 1994, he came to the United States for treatment. After chemotherapy, 2 weeks later, his white blood cell count was so low. He had an infection, high fever, went into coma. The condition becomes very critical. At that time, my friend came back from Vietnam to the United States, and he told me maybe he could help my brother. So he helped my brother with energy healing. After 20 minutes, my brother came out of the coma with no fever, and the 3rd day, all the blood cell counts became normal. The 4th day, Mr. Tsai left for Vietnam. At that time, I could not find anyone to help my brother with this energy healing. My brother passed away the same year in October. That was the first time I encountered energy healing. In 1995, my wife took my daughter, 6-year-old at that time, to East Coast. During the landing, my daughter's ear bothered her. A middle-aged lady, a passenger, placed her hands on my daughter's head and ear, and my daughter's ear discomfort was relieved. And this lady said that earlier that year, she was diagnosed with 2 forms of cancer. Doctor told her to get her things arranged because she wasn't going to make it. And she was very fortunate to help to get introduced to the energy healing along with the dietary control. In the summer, she has regained much of her health. So she came to the United States for a tour. And my wife thought this is just like Mr. Tsai's used to help my brother. So we asked if there's anyone can come to the United States to teach us. In 1995, Miss Lin from Longevitology came to the United States to offer the first class. On the first day, a famous singer gave them a testimonial that after the first energy healing session, his energy had recovered. 3 days later, he said he did not look like a cancer patient. Until 2007, I found from my physician friend, he had rectal cancer, terminal stage. My physician friend did a surgical removal of the rectum cancer. Now he is very healthy and very active in the community. Later, my cousin's wife had vocal cord cancer. She needed more than 30 times radiation therapy. Right before Christmas, she invited us to her home. At that time, she went through 8 radiation therapy. Skins were burned and the throat hurt so bad. She was about to give up treatment. That night, my wife and I helped her with this universal energy. The next morning, she called me 8 o'clock in the morning. She said, I can talk now. The whole night last night, I had a very good sleep. My throat didn't hurt, didn't feel tight. So I said, we can continue to help you with the energy healing and you can go on with all the treatment. She finished all the radiation therapy without experienced discomfort. Later, she learned herself this healing technique, and she's still very healthy now. In 1997, my friend Mr. Jin was diagnosed with liver cancer. After 2 chemotherapy, he had ascites. Cancer cells came back again, and doctor did not want to do any more chemo. I introduced him to learn energy healing. And he learned energy healing. He made it. He's now in his 70s. His case was regarded as one of the 10 miracles in the Kaiser Permanente hospital. Later, I didn't do much about this energy. I was busy with work and with family. I didn't help other people much. There are a couple times. Once my daughter had headache, and once my wife stomach hurts really bad, and I helped them with the energy healing. It was very effective. Later, I have 2 tumors in my abdomen. Doctors had surgically removed those 2 tumors, but there's one spot. The tumor came back again. And I thought, why have I learned this energy healing? Why don't I try this? So I helped myself with energy healing. A few times later, the tumor went away and never came back. When I learned this energy healing, I want to help people with this after I retire. My brother passed away due to leukemia. So I really want to reach out to those people who had cancer. So I wanted to promote this after my children went to college after I retired. In 2007, in the summer, I took my daughter to Washington, D.C. That evening, we stayed in a hotel. I saw many guests in the hotel with hair loss. The next day in the morning, we saw them too. My daughter told me that those are cancer patients. They came to the Georgetown University Medical Center for cancer treatment. I was very sad. At first, I decided to help people after I retire, but then I changed my mind. I started in 2009 after my younger daughter went to college. Starting from 2007, I collected many cases with an emphasis on cancer patients. I was helped by many people who have practiced this universal energy. I benefit from their experiences. In 2008, I didn't expect that I need to have an open heart surgery. At the time, I know the energy healing is very good for wound healing. So I told my wife, once the surgery is done, you help me with this universal energy. 3 days after the surgery, doctors told me that the wound has healed and I could walk around, so I was discharged 3 days later. I recovered very nicely. I didn't thought that was the benefit of the universal energy. Until 2008 August, my neighbor had the same open heart surgery. Bypass surgery. It took him 5 days to stay in the hospital. The 6th day, I went to visit him. His wound was still oozing blood. I helped him with the energy healing. 2 days later, his wound healed. At that time, I came to a realization. My fast healing after surgery was because of the energy. I only experienced a little irregular heart a few times after the surgery. At that time, I had a history of 18 years diabetes. Without the energy healing, my surgical wound wouldn't heal that fast. And compared to my neighbor, energy healing really helped me much. It is very effective for the wound healing after surgery. At the time, I mentioned to that neighbor that energy healing can help cancer, especially beneficial to cancer patients. And this neighbor told me that her friend's wife had esophageal cancer stage 4, spread to the top of stomach. August, she has gone through the 4th chemo. Later, doctor placed a feeding tube to prevent future feeding problem. She was very weak at that time with chemo and had a feeding tube placed. When I went to visit her, she was very weak, suffering, sitting in the sofa. Previously, she heard her friends who had learned energy healing, but her friend only learned up to 2nd level, so couldn't help her. Another friend couldn't help her either. So I told her, I can help her. She was very happy, very receptive. That night, I helped her more than 2 hours. Next morning, I went to see her. She told me she had a very good night's sleep, and all the physical discomfort had gone. Especially the bloating sensation has gone. She woke up with great energy, without any discomfort, without the bloating sensation. She had so much confidence. I continuously helped her. After her 2nd chemo in August 8th, September the 9th, another chemo. The next day, the result came back. The large cancer lesion has reduced in size and the small cancer cell has disappeared. It could be due to the chemotherapy help, but usually chemotherapy didn't work that fast. And there's another thing, very amazing. Her bone marrow cells were very active, and all the white blood cell and red blood cell counts were normal. Until October, she had her 4th chemo. The previous 2 chemotherapy, she need to have IV infusion for 4 days. When I help her, usually the 4th days after chemo, she would experience great discomfort while I was helping her with energy healing. She felt nauseated. I just stopped for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes rest, I started energy healing again. She went through the 4 chemo very smoothly, recovered very fast, doesn't have much discomfort. I spent around 2 hours every day to help her, and I did not stop and help her continuously. At that time, I felt I have so limited time. One patient took me so much time. And there's so many people who have cancer. The best way is if we can open those cancer patients, open their chakra and open their family members' chakra so they can help themselves and their family member can help themselves. Then I can reach out for more people. So at that time, I would like to learn how to open chakras. I went to different organizations. They practice energy healing, and they say, oh, this is not very easy. You need to have many years, a number of years of experience. At that time, I couldn't learn. I couldn't find someone to teach me. I have this wish. I finally get connected again with Mr. Tsai. At that time, he was in Vietnam. I called him over the phone, and I told him that I learned about this energy healing from him when he helped my brother. I have learned it now, and I noticed that it is so beneficial, especially to cancer patients. They're so helpless. Now, in the world, only energy healing can relieve the discomfort of cancer treatment. Mr. Tsai agreed with me, and I told him, I want to learn how to open the chakras, but I don't know where I can learn it. Mr. Tsai has learned it in 1985 and 1986. He was one of the first few people who learned energy healing. He told me he can help me. He can teach me. At that time, he already learned to level 5. Earlier, he learned from Mr. Liang in 85 to the 3rd level. Then he went back to Vietnam. He met his friend again, A Long, and A Long told him that A Long was taught by the first master in Vietnam. A Long had learned up to 5th level, so A Long taught Mr. Tsai. Mr. Tsai told me that he can teach me. So in 2006, we meet in Taipei, and he taught me how to open chakras. That was level 4. 2009 August, I start help cancer patient. 2010, I officially start offering class. At that time, there's a cancer patient in his 70s. After he took the class, he felt much better, especially through the help of volunteers. He walked with great energy. There's another case, gallbladder cancer. He came to my class. In the morning, I taught him this energy healing. The second day, he felt better. He even went out and drove around. So the energy really helped him, gave him more energy. Later, I called him and asked him, "How are you doing?" He said, "Well, not bad, but due to the radiation therapy, I started having peptic ulcer. It hurt." I said, "Okay, I taught you how to help yourself with peptic ulcer. He said, how to do it?" I said, "Oh, yeah. One hand C7, one hand stomach." I said, "What else?" And I told him, C3, that will help our stomach and our internal organ. So C7 and stomach, or C3 and stomach. He was very happy, and later he never complained. Later, I met one of my high school classmates. He had peptic ulcer. I taught him. We were at Taiwan at that time. When he came back to the United States, I called him again. "How are you doing?" And he said, "Once you helped me with this energy healing, once you taught me with this energy healing, I helped myself, and it never bothered me again." In the class, there's a lady in her 70s. She had 2 stents placed in her heart. She could not talk more than 5 minutes without shortness of breath. After she learned this energy healing, she said she could dance. Every time before she go out to dance, she helped herself with this energy. There's another friend. Her father had bladder cancer in his 90s. And I introduced some people to help his father, all the way through chemotherapy until his father passed away. His father didn't experience discomfort. 2010 September, I have experienced 2 cases. One is acute leukemia. A lady, she had 2 weeks of chemotherapy in Seed of Hope. She came to my home and learned this energy technique. Next day, she felt she had great improvement. And she soon recovered very fast. The second chemo round took 4 days. The doctor said, "Wow, you recovered very fast." Soon after that, she was discharged. Another exciting case was my relative. His classmate, an old man in his 70s, had 3rd stage liver cancer. The doctor wanted to do chemo and then to decide what to do. He could not receive surgery at the time. After chemo, he experienced discomfort. So he was introduced to me. I went to his home to help him. I also helped his wife. A few days later, they came to my class to formally take my class. The first time I went to his home, he felt very bad, but the next day he felt much better. After I taught him, he had good energy to come to my class. The second chemo, the fourth day, he invited me to his home to help him. According to his previous experience, the fourth day after chemotherapy, he would experience great discomfort. So the fourth day, he told me, come to his home to help him. I went, but to his surprise, I did not help him. I told him, you need to do it yourself, because you have learned. All you need is confidence. I'm here to give you confidence. In addition, I will give you some more instructions. When I first helped my cousin's wife for her vocal cord cancer, I didn't have much preparation. I didn't have much experience. I just tried it. Today, you are much better than what I was at that time, because I didn't want to do it on him, so he needed to help himself. He helped himself, just like I helped him. He went through all the chemotherapy very smoothly, without discomfort. Especially after second chemo, doctor told him, the cancer in the lymph node has disappeared, and the tumor has reduced in size. After fourth chemo, the doctor said, the cancer has reduced to such a small size. Especially the cancer cell activity, SUV, dropped from 19 to 0 point something, better than normal person. And the residual cancer mass was surgically removed. Last year in December. This year, 2011 in January, told him all he needed was to have follow-up every 6 months, because there's no more cancer cells. There's no more evidence of cancer cells. This is very exciting. But let me tell you, this man, he is very diligent, practice meditation, and help himself with this energy every day, twice, because he had lung cancer. So I told him that he need to breathe with the abdominal breathing technique. In October, right after I come back from my trip, at that time he just had his surgery. I went to see him. Even though his wound has not completely healed, but he was in great energy. So this year in January, doctor told him as long as there's no more evidence of cancer cell, he only need to come every 6 months for checkup. Last time I offered the class, the last day of my class, I got connected to him. Again, I called him, and he said he would like to come to my class and to share his experience with the class. You have told us so many cases, but I know you didn't reveal their names because of privacy issue. So sometimes people might not believe in you. So I'm going to come into your class to tell them my own experience. This year in June, the last day of my class, he came with his wife. He told us his experiences. Everyone applauded him. This is such an encouragement. We don't want to get sick, because it will cause us discomfort. Cancer is so scary. It's because it tortures patients, causes the discomfort and suffering of the patient and their family member, and also with the fear of losing life. My experience tell me that energy healing is very efficient, very easy to learn, very beneficial to cancer patients. especially this does not conflict with the modern cancer treatment. I tell them they need to follow doctor's advice and doctor's treatment. Even though due to the restriction of law, we cannot say we can heal cancer. And we still need more research to prove its effect. But in many cases, we have learned that it is especially beneficial to help cancer patients improve their quality of life, and this is modern medicine cannot offer to those cancer patients. I would like to tell you, where does this energy healing come from? 100 years ago in Sri Lanka, our Grandmaster, Dr. Dasira Narada, a doctor of philosophy, he was born to a prominent family. 1871, he worked in the government for the government. In 1905, he retired. After he retired, he cultivated spiritually with meditation. He came to a realization of this energy healing. Once we have our 6 chakras opened, our body can conduct the energy through meditation to purify, to cleanse our body. That works as a conduit. And we can also observe the healing energy of the universe. Our body is like a small universe. The universe is a great universe, and when we meditate, we can combine our own energy with this universal energy. Through our hand, with love as a driving force, we can conduct this universal energy through that person's chakra to their body. This energy can be transmitted to their body and to relieve their illness or enhance health. It has no boundary of religion, color of skin, languages, no barriers. He is our Grandmaster, Dr. Dasira Narada. Later, it was promoted to Vietnam. Our Grandmaster in Vietnam is Master Huang. At that time, it was named Energy Healing. His disciple, Teacher Liang, came to the United States in 1985. Many Americans came to learn from him. All the energy healings nowadays mostly were originated from the teaching of Mr. Liang in 1985. Later is what promoted to Taiwan. There are many organizations, 长生学, 人体健身宫, 中华人电修身学会, all these organizations, 台中一中人电社, 府中协会, all these organizations, they actively promote this. Some of them was even allowed by the hospital to have volunteers help their patients. I respect them very much. My teacher, Mr. Tsai, in 85-86, he learned from Teacher Liang up to 3rd level. His friend Ah Long learned from the Grandmaster in Vietnam up to 5th level. So my teacher, Mr. Tsai, went to Vietnam. He learned up to 5th level from Ah Long. I was very fortunate in 2006. In June, Mr. Tsai taught me the 4th level energy healing. All the teachings of this energy healing include 3 levels. So I make it 3 sessions to teach you. The first level, I will open 1/3 of the 6 chakras. After that, you can help yourself, but you cannot help others. Second level, I open another 1/3 of the 6 chakras. So 2/3 of the chakras were opened. when you finish the third level, all the 6 chakras are completely opened, so you can help yourself. You can completely conduct this energy, and you can help anyone, or you can help unlimited people. You can help people with serious illness, cancer patient, lupus, and AIDS. Modern medicine is Western medicine. If you have any discomfort, I want you to go to the doctor for examination and diagnosis. What is traditional medicine? According to the definition of United Nations, it is the healing modalities in different cultures. It included acupuncture and other healing technique using animal product or plant product or minerals to help people regain their health. This is traditional medicine. Energy healing, we can consider it as 21st century health maintenance technique, health enhancement technique. This is different from traditional medicine and Western medicine. It is easy to learn. As long as you are there, you have this loving heart, reach out with your hand, you can help people. We cannot really say treatment. We can only say to enhance people's health. We can reach out with our hands for those people to relieve their discomfort, improve their medical condition, or enhance their health. There's no conflict with modern medicine, modern treatment. It is complementary to the modern medical treatment. It doesn't matter if we help ourselves or help others. It is very important. We shouldn't have a mind that we want anything. We shouldn't cheat people with this technique, their money, or take advantage of ladies. We don't want to make it mysterious. This is just a universal energy. Don't let people think you have this supernatural power. Whatever achievement you have, don't be arrogant. This is not your own energy. This is the energy God bestowed upon us. Through our body, as a conduit, transmit this energy to other people. This is our correct mindset, correct attitude. How much this can help our health? We still need to have research to know how much it can really help us. We have many cases that this energy healing can help different kind of illness and health issue, but there is no known many research published, and there's no statistical analysis. But we have many cases that energy healing especially benefit cancer patients, relieve the discomfort of radiation, of chemotherapy, enhance their healing, improve their quality of life. Some of the cases, it can also prolong life. But because of the limit of resources, we can reach very few cases at this time. Especially there's restrict of the law. We can't say we treat people, but I'm going to show you my experience. So if you have your friend who have this need, they can come to take my class. The first step when we learn this energy healing is to have our chakras opened. When we were born, all the chakras were open. As times go by, all the chakras gradually closed. To have our chakras open is to open the 6 chakras so we can conduct this healing energy to help ourselves recover from illness or enhance our health. After our chakras are opened, you need to meditate. Some people might experience different reactions, but don't pay too much attention. Different people have body are different. Some people felt they can sleep much better, and some people feel they have so much energy they couldn't fall asleep. Some people felt, well, I'm tired, but my energy can still sustain me. And some people, after they have their chakra opened, they have this involuntary body movement. Some people, they didn't have illness to start with before they have their chakra open. After that, after they have their chakra opened, some of the disease came back. That was because the old disease, which had not been completely healed, and it surfaced up. So don't worry about. After a period of time, diligently meditation, gradually the old disease, old illness will go away. After you have your chakra opened, I want you to meditate. Within 24 hours, do not drink alcohol. Do not engage in sexual activity. After I have opened your chakra, don't thank me because I need to concentrate on opening other people's chakra. Different people have different bodies, so don't pay attention to what kind of sensation you have after your chakras are opened. When you meditate, we can conduct this universal energy through meditation. Our chakras is like the energy outlet. So after we have our chakra opened, we need to calm down our thoughts, get rid of our thoughts, calm down our mind. We can conduct, our body can conduct this universal energy. At this time, it can cleanse our body. While during meditation, our body energy can unite with the universal energy to enhance our health. Meditation or you help other people with energy healing are two ways to increase our ability to conduct this universal energy. Many people ask me, how can I increase my skill? How can I increase ability to conduct energy? There's only two ways. It's so easy. Meditation plus help other people with this universal energy. When you help other people, this universal energy goes through to your body first, through your hand, go to the other person's body. So you are benefited. If you often help other people, this energy goes through your body first. It will cleanse your body as a conduit. Meditation is very easy. Compared to the Zen meditation, it's much more easier. Sit straight on a chair. Make sure your spine is straight. Feet on the floor. 2 hands relaxed. Palm up. Thumbs together. You can hold this way or you can hold that way. Feet parallel. Hands placed on your lap. Relax. In the beginning, you need to pick up a spot in front and stare at the spot to focus yourself on meditation. And then take slow deep breaths. The first 5 breaths, slowly inhale through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Just gradually slow down your breathing. After a few times, like 5 times or 3 times, close your mouth, close your eyes, and then breathe normally through your nose. In and out, breathe in and out through your nose. When you breathe in, imagine that energy comes through our 6th chakra. Of course, you inhale through your nose, but you imagine that this energy comes through the chakra into your body. And exhale, you don't need to think about it. Only when you inhale, You imagine this energy comes through your body, through your forehead. Sit for 15 minutes. If it's too long, you can sit for 5 minutes, or you sit for 5 minutes and rest and then continue again. When you're done, open your eyes. Just like previously, take 5 slow, deep breaths. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. When you finish, pat on your head, pat on your back of the head, rub your ears, pat on your body, pat your back, pat your finger, and you're done. The most important thing when you meditate is you need to relax. Breathe normally. Don't intentionally do abdominal breathing. Just do the normal breathing, slow deep breaths. Don't pay attention. Don't have thoughts in your mind. If thoughts takes you away from your concentration, then just focus back. During meditation, there might be some feelings, or you might have some visions. Just ignore. Relax and feel comfortable. Some people, they do the lotus sitting. That's fine. After eating, if you feel you have a full stomach, you want to wait for 30 minutes before you meditate. After that, pat your head, pat your body, and then get up and walk around. Talk about breathing. Chest breathing style or the abdominal breathing style. Abdominal breathing, when we do this, our abdomen expands. But we don't need to focus. We don't need to focus on this abdominal breathing. After a while, you will automatically do this abdominal breathing. Now, I'm going to teach you the location of the chakras and their functions. Section 4. All these chakras, all these energy points are called chakra. We use C to represent all the chakras. C5, C6. When we open chakras, we open chakras 7 through 2. We only use 6 chakras. Top chakra. Chakra number 7, C7. Draw a line between your ear and another line from nose tip to the top of the head. The intersection of this line on the top of the head is C7. Chakra number 6 is chakra of wisdom. C6. In the middle of our forehead. 3 fingers placed on the forehead. The middle finger is on C6. Now, 5th chakra, C5. C5, chakra for respiration. Draw a line between the shoulder. The intersection of this line and the spine is C5. C4, draw a line underarm, and the intersection of this line with the spine is C4. Then talk about C3. The spot on the spine corresponding to the level of navel in the front. This is C3. C2. Chakra number 2 is the end of the spine. End of the spine, that spot is C2. 2nd chakra. All the chakras function, and I'm going to tell you about it. C7 controls all the brain problem, nervous system, muscle, skeleton, spine, ears, eyes, mouth, teeth, tumor, cancer, high blood pressure, and all the pain problems, external wound, bleeding problem, burns, or after surgery, wound healing, pain control, emergency, all these conditions we can use C7. C6, nervous system, wisdom, emotion. We can improve our wisdom, stabilize our emotion, help with anxiety, depression. We usually do C6 and C7 together. This covers all the problems of our head and nervous system. Thumb on C6, the other forefinger on C7. And another way is base of the palm on C6 and the forefingers automatically will touch C7. Do it very lightly. Don't press down hard. Now C5, chakra of respiration. Nose problem, throat problem, lung, trachea, hair, our nails, skin problems. C5 can help. It can also help improve our skin. If you have acne, one hand on your face, acne area, the other hand on C5. Now C4, heart chakra. C4, heart problem. It controls heart problems, blood vessel problem, blood circulation, artery problem, vein problems, cholesterol, blood circulation, blood problems, controlled by C4. C3 controls internal organ, esophagus, stomach, spleen, liver, constipation, bladder. And then chakra 2, C2, endocrine system, pituitary gland, thyroid gland, hormones, pituitary gland, testes, ovary, reproductive system, pregnancy problem, or uterus problem, testis problem, urinary tract problem, or to enhance our immune system. When we want to enhance immune system, we work on C2 and C3, thumb on C3 and the forefinger on C2. Chakra number 1, we didn't talk about it. This is in our genital area. We never touch this area. This is the source of the universal energy. We apply this energy heating with both hands. Bring the fingers together. The 3 fingers, the first section on the tip of the 3 fingers. Place the tip of the 3 fingers on the chakra. This area can conduct the energy the best. Or we can move it down, all the 4 fingers. We can place chakras with all 3 fingers. The other hand, the 3 fingers, can be placed to the affected area or the complaint area or the discomfort area or the diseased organ. Headache, demonstration. One hand on C7, one hand on the head. And if the headache area is very large, then you can put the whole palm on the head, or you even can spread the fingers to cover more area. When you help yourself or help others, you want to get rid of your thoughts. Relax. Focus on your C6 and C7 and imagine that universal energy goes through your body through C6 and C7. Don't pay attention to the sensation of your palm, or don't pay attention to what the other persons feel. And you don't want to think that I want to heal this person. You don't want to ask for anything. If you don't have all these thoughts, it can conduct energy better, because the effectiveness is up to the disease, the severity of the disease, the length of the disease. Don't pay attention to how I feel sensationally or how that person feel. Sometimes you cannot feel the energy. Most of the time, you cannot feel the energy. We usually cover 2 chakras with one hand. Most of the time we cover C6 and C7, some on C6 and the other 4 fingers on C7. This is one way. And another way, base of our palm on C6 and the 4 fingers on C7. We usually couple chakras together. We couple C6 and C7. We couple C4 and C5, thumb on C5 and the 4 fingers on C4. We often couple C2 and C3. We use these 2 chakras very often, thumb on C3 and the other 4 fingers on C2. We often use C2 and C3, liver problems, endocrine problems, liver problems, C2 and C3 for one hand and the other hand on liver. Very effective. So we couple C2 and C3, and we often use these 2 chakras together. When we help the person of opposite sex, we can avoid to touch that person. So we need to ask their permission first before we start. In the front, we do not touch. We can place our hand at a distance with no physical contact. This will still conduct energy, and it can even be effective. If someone faint on the floor, on the ground, you cannot, even though you cannot get close to that person, you just place your hand, just hold your hand up, face that person at a long distance. You can still help. Help people under 14-year-old, 1 to 2-year-old. Play 1 minute on the chakra. 3 to 6-year-old, 2 minutes on the chakra. 7 to 12 years old, 3 minutes on the chakra. 12 years and older, place on the chakra for 5 years and more. Many people ask how long I can help with this universal energy. In the beginning, when I first helped, they taught us that you cannot place more than 5 minutes on that spot. But later on, after that, the other place 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. After that, we came to a realization that if we place our hand longer until that person has felt the relief of the symptoms, the patient will have more confidence and it help better, especially especially headache. If you place your hand on the head for 5 minutes and he still have the headache and you stopped, it won't help. So if you work longer for 20 or 30 minutes until the headache went away, it's very effective. And you can often help this person and the headache can even disappear. And for those people often have headache, you can do it every day continually and the headache might even go away. And if you do this often, even headache will not come back. For those cancer patient or other serious ill patient, we can work on them for 20 or 30 minutes or even longer. You can even tell patient to work on themselves anytime they want to. The universal energy is inexhaustible and there's no limit. You can do it. I'm going to show you some experiences, some cases. The effect of universal energy on some people work very fast. For some people work very slow. It's up to the severity of the disease and the length of the illness and up to that person's body too. Individual differences. We have not experienced many diseases, many illness. There are many illnesses we haven't heard of. And if you encounter those cases, even though you haven't had experience before, you can try it. And you can share with me your experiences. I'm going to show you a few cases. Demonstration now. Demonstration for C7. When you are not sure which chakra you should place your hand on, you put one hand on chakra 7 and the other hand on the discomfort area. Now toothache, one hand, C6 and C7 together. And if the whole head hurts, the other hand put on the back of the head. Or the other hand placed on the spot which hurts the most on the head. Migraine is the same way. The other hand put on the worst area, one hand on C7 for migraine patient. How to use it is very flexible. Now, sore throat. One hand on C7, the other hand on the throat. After a few minutes, and you still want to work more, one hand on C5, one hand on the throat. Tonsillitis, it will hurt and there's inflammation. One hand on C7, C7 can help inflammation, infection, and can stop pain. So one hand on C7, the other hand on tonsils on one side or both sides. Toothache is even easier. One hand on C7 or C6, C7, and the other hand on toothache area. After surgery, the wound healing, one hand on C7, like for instance, stomach surgery, one hand on the surgical area, stomach area, and one hand on C7. That will enhance the healing. Eye problems, one hand on C6 and C7. You can place your hand this way. One hand on C6 and C7, the other hand the affected eye. And your palm can help your face to beautify your skin. Apply energy on your face. Your face will look more younger. C6 and C7 for the eye. You can work on one eye, the other hand, or the other hand can cover both eyes. After a while, the hand on 6 and C7 can place to the back of the head. Continue. This will help the eye problem very much. Prevent eye problem to alleviate eye discomfort. Very effective. Now, respiratory system problems. Stuffy nose, one hand on C7, the other hand on chakra number 5. Stuffy nose, C7 and C5. When you help yourself, one hand on C7, one hand on your nose, on C5. You can help yourself. After a while, 5 or 10 minutes later, still no relief, shift your hand to your head, or one hand on nose, one hand on C5. Another headache problem, another problem give the doctor a lot of headache is sinusitis or the sinus drainage. The energy heating is especially beneficial to the sinus problem or sinus drainage. I helped one old man, and he said that he helped himself once, and he was recovered from sinusitis. I told him that he's more powerful than I am. It is very helpful for sinus problem. Now, heart problem. Coronary artery disease or any coma condition, any heart condition. In coma, that person in coma, emergency help is one hand on C4 and one hand on C7. Help coma patient to recover. When you help yourself, heart problem, right hand on C7, left hand on your hand. drop your rib a little bit, drop your wrist a little bit. Cover the whole heart. Irregular heartbeat, unknown heart problem, weak heart. If you do this often, you will benefit from it. Everybody can do it to help their heart. High blood pressure. Many people ask about high blood pressure. We can one hand place on 7 or C7 and C6 together, and the other hand on the acupuncture point 风池 on both sides of the neck vertebra, on both sides of the neck. One hand on 风池 acupuncture point, one hand on C7. High blood pressure usually causes discomfort on the back of our head, especially this 风池 acupuncture point area. If there's discomfort on the back of the head, one hand on C6, C7, and the other hand on the back of the head. After that, you can do C6 and C7 together. And the other hand placed on carotid artery area on both sides or either side. Or you can open your hand, cover both side carotid arteries. And after that, one hand on C4 and the other hand on carotid artery. Often place your hand on carotid artery. That will prevent stroke and high blood pressure. Some of the high blood pressure cases are caused by heart problem. What I have just showed you are for those people heart disease caused by unknown cause or heart problem. Some people the high blood pressure was caused by kidney problem. So one hand you need to place on kidney area if the high blood pressure was caused from kidney problem. One hand cover both kidneys and the other hand on C7, top of the head, C7. Now, diabetes. According to my own experience, energy healing is not that effective to reduce blood sugar level. However, it can protect our eyes, protect our kidney, protect our heart. For those kidney dialysis patients, you do C7, chakra number 7, and the other hand, C2 and 3 coupled together for kidney dialysis. After that, those people usually have a heart problem. Then one hand on C7, the other hand couple C5 and C4 together. That will help their heart. Basically, after chakra number 7, chakra number 2, 3, and chakra number 4 and 5, all the chakra were covered. That will enhance that person's health and get them ready for kidney transplant. Chakra number 2, we usually cover with C3. C2 and C3, we can prevent urinary tract problem or reproductive system problem. You can use C2 and C3 and the affected area, prostate, uterus, urinary frequency, one hand placed on bladder and the other hand onto C2 and C3. This is the demonstration of the chakras application. In summary, from our own experiences and other people's experiences, energy healing is especially beneficial to the following cases: stroke patient, high blood pressure, rehabilitation from stroke, headache. High blood pressure usually can be improved in 3 to 6 months. Sometimes it will even go away. Headache, all the head problems, eye problems, depression, anxiety can also be helped with this universal energy. Autism or hyperactive kids can be tremendously benefited from this energy healing. Dizziness, nose problem, trachea problem, bronchitis or asthma problem, they cause very badly. One hand on C5, one hand on the trachea area. Whatever way you want to place your hand is okay. Trachea it's very long. One hand on C5 and one hand on trachea for asthma patient. After we help people on their chakras, there are 3 more techniques which will enhance the channeling of the energy, can enhance the benefit, make the energy flow more smoothly, more effectively. The first is to clear the energy pathway. After we help people with the ear problem, you do this clearing the energy pathway. And the second motion is to smooth the energy flow. Like for lung problems, we can do, after we help on the chakras, we can do this motion to help smooth the energy flow. And the third way is to use our hands as heat packs. For those people who coughed very badly, you can 2 hands on the lungs as heat packs. Or if you have swollen area and hurting area, one hand on chakra number 7, the other hand on the hurting area. Or you wrap your hands, apply 2 hands as heat packs on the swollen area. Knee joint, we can one hand on C7, the other hand on the knee. Place your hand often. It will help you a lot with knee problems. These are the demonstrations. Thank you very much.